Welcome to Python with Andrew, where we'll continue our look on some of the Python data types. And this one is on the Python data type tuples, which I personally think is underutilized. This video, I'll just introduce the basics. There's not much to do with that. And I'll do a couple of other videos where we can see where we actually can use tuples and where they're quite powerful. And yeah, we could probably use other data structures, but I think tuples match the use a bit better. So let's look at the basics of tuples. Jump over to Visual Studio Code. And the first thing to note is a tuple, it's very similar to a list in data structures or data types for Python. The only difference, so like a list, it's ordered. As we put things in, it has number 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4. It's ordered as we stick them in. And we can also have duplicates like we can with lists. The difference between lists and tuples is tuples, you cannot change the elements of your tuple. They are immutable. So in this particular case, I can't set tuple index 0 to a different value other than water. It is water, and I need to accept that. Now, there's ways of getting around it, but most of the ways of getting around it is you would convert it to a list and add or change and things like that and convert it back to a tuple. And in that sense, you might as well use a list. I think tuples are useful when we don't need to change. We've got a set of values and we want to work on them, or maybe create something new rather than actually changing or actively use that as a list. So if I have the elements, you can see I'm using a for loop, and if I run through that, it gives me the elements like you would expect. So that's fairly simple in terms of what a tuple is. Probably another good part of using a tuple is that you can unpack the elements of your tuple, and that'll come useful when we talk about some of the use cases in the next video or two. So let's assume I have another one called tuple2, and this is going to be a record. So I'm going to have name Andrew, and I'm going to have years doing Python, let's say 7. I'm not sure if that's even true. And let's say years doing programming, 25. Okay, so each one of those has a meaning. So this was, let me just put some comments above it. It's name, years doing Python, and doing Python, and years programming longer than that. So that's our record. Okay. Now, what I mean by unpacking, we can get access to each of those and then use those details further on by assigning them to working variables. So if I do this, name, comma, Python years, Python underscore years, comma, programming underscore years equals tuple2. Okay. What that's done is it's mapped the 3 variables, name, Python years, Python program, to the values in the tuple. And so now if I print, for example, name, then if I run that, it should give me Andrew, okay, which is that there, okay. I'll just get rid of those and run it again, and you'll see what I mean. It's just, oops. Like that, now run it. Andrew, there we go. Let me clear that and run it again to make sure it's just Andrew. And if I change that to main, instead of the name, but Python years, and run that, it'll say 7. Okay, so it's a nice simple way of mapping variables to the values in the tuple. And we'll see that when we do a couple of use cases. Other than that, it's very simple. Tuple, pretty well similar to a list, has less functionality because you cannot change values of the tuple. There are workarounds, but I'm not too interested in those. And there's a couple of good use cases that I think are very useful for tuples. One, returning multiple values from a function, and another one being using records in, let's say, a relational type database. So that's all for now. Feel free to zip over and have a look at the other videos on tuple and subscribe if you're enjoying it. Thanks again.